Hi, Denny here. I wanted to address the people in the friends group. That's the group you see here, the group of 33 people who have made a commitment to at least experiment in the process of what it feels like to intentionally form a global group for the purpose of inspiring each other to progress. And I noticed for myself, and I have some communication from others, that it's bringing a series of challenging emotional events. In the beginning, I did my best to caution people that doing something like this is going to accelerate the law of attraction and that you're likely to have a quickening of the emotional events coming to you to facilitate your growth. Now, how does that work? Well, basically, if I make a sincere desire to want to grow, no matter what it's really about, if I really want to grow or feel or learn or experiment, it's a commitment to want to progress in some form. If I do that, then my comprehension is automatically, very quickly, there starts to arrive smaller and then larger social emotional events to trigger the emotions inside me that are frozen. By a frozen emotion, I mean that could be ancestral, that could be in my parents, that could be in my childhood, it could be in my current behavior. But if my own frozen, unresolved feelings are interfering with my progress, then they're going to be lovingly presented. I know that's an odd thing to say you end up with a triggered emotion with your partner or your children, your family, your business friends. You have this, why is it loving to have a triggered, difficult moment? Well, to me, it's loving because the environment to bring that is bringing that to me so that I can have the opportunity to feel that frozen feeling and assume a greater sense of responsibility to actually feel what's held inside of me. In doing so, ideally, I'm going to deal with it and I can go along my way and continue to progress. Because for me, the experience of the desire to want to grow is like expanding my capacity to feel. But if it reaches a point where there's some blockage because of my feelings around money or sex or family or relationship or politics or God, all the variety of topics, here comes an emotional opportunity for me to feel. Now, if I don't want to do that, I don't want to feel that, then I'm automatically going to produce a resistance to continue to do the thing I committed to do. So instead of doing the postures, I don't want to do that. So you have what I would call posture fatigue, resistance to change. If something hurts and I'm going through the pain of it and I don't want to deal with it, I'm going to stop doing the thing that I wanted to do as just an experiment. And you have the right to experiment with something, change your personal feelings about it. But let's just pause for a moment and look at what you're doing. You're experimenting with the theory that there are four primary energies in the RAYID model. It's the shaker, posture, the flower posture, the stream posture down, and the jewel posture at the end. You're basically experimenting with putting your own body, the free will use of your kinesthetic, meaning what the body does is a free will statement that you will now begin to experience the results of your choice. So if your choice is to align with your own personal feeling around the divine, and that's something coming down, your own personal feelings, whatever it may be, faith or otherwise, about the divine, and you're doing that for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, whatever you want, you're bringing it down and you're saying, whatever I did up there, I basically want to share with the people around me, and I especially want to share a larger amount of this with the 32 other people in the group, because you want to experiment with what does it feel like to have this in your heart while sharing inspiration with other people in the world. Remember, this is just an experiment. I don't know what your results are going to be. Get that very clear. Anything might happen to you. Anything might happen to me. So you have to use your own logic. Does this make sense, the thing that he's suggesting to do? Do I want to experiment with it? What is my intention for really wanting to do it? So is your intention wanting to experiment with what it feels like? And then you're doing the 4 different postures? Well, consider the reality that you're basically taking an action-oriented experience to align your body, in theory, to the divine origin of the universe. This whole process of 23 degrees, the tilt of the axes of the earth and the earth and the solar system, the galaxy, the universe, you're going into alignment. And then on top of that, you want to also link with the times of the day, the theory of the times of the day, and you want to do that every 2 hours. You want to link with sunrise and midday and sunset, and you want to keep aligning your body with an emotional intention to unify with a group of 32 other people under the theoretical premise that if a group of people internationally could be a global group designed for the personal effect of being able to not just share the inspiration with each other, but multiply it. It's not arithmetic. These people back here that I'm learning to feel, I'm spending my best 5 seconds a day with some of them. Sometimes I forget you, I'm sorry. And then I come back and spend 10 seconds the next day, or I'm wanting to feel those people, because just maybe the combination of the postures, the cycles and the seasons, and the group as a whole might be able to accelerate my emotional, physical well-being, whether I use it for my own heart, or I use it for my health, or I use it for my mind. We're experimenting with the process. Then you want to do that, not just a day after day, but for a season. You want to do it between December and March. And then I'm suggesting to you, yes, along the way, we might even accelerate it on the equinox. And you go, wow, what's an equinox? Why the equinox? Well, we have a lot of reasons about why in the equinox. And then you want to do that for 9 months in a row. It's a little bit crazy to think this. I can almost guarantee you something is going to happen, because you're actually emotionally putting yourself in a position to want to grow. So, yeah, you might look at whether you really want to do these postures or not, which is fine. Everyone is permitted to either participate or let us know and drop out of the group. Just be transparent and honest about whether or not you actually want to remain in the group. Your actions will tell you. If you go 2 or 3 days and you're not paying it any attention and you don't care about doing the postures, or you're off doing something else, probably it's better that you just let us know quietly. We remove you from the group to let those who are really earnestly involved in wanting to do this the opportunity to give and receive with other people around the earth. I mean, come on, what a very cool thing. You're involved with 10 other countries and 32 other people, all designed to support your spiritual and emotional progress. That doesn't happen very often. Most people these days are having a hard time even going to the grocery store or to the office or watching television or something. There's not much group camaraderie. And I'm suggesting that this time period on Earth is global. The COVID is global. The opportunity is global. Now, if we take that global opportunity and we convert that into the desire to want to be well, if you will, an amplifier or a megaphone of inspiration to humanity, yeah, I like the idea of experimenting like that. I know I can't do this myself. We're not intended to do global things alone. We are a group. So this is an intentional group. I'm pretty sure, yes, my law of attraction has accelerated, and some of it has been downright difficult. So that's why it's so important to have a strategy we call the protocol for meeting some resistance and being able to circulate it through your body and being able to feel that, use that emotional content, not just to get rid of something. We're not trying to get rid of frozen attributes in the childhood or family tree. We're not trying to just flush them out. No, you will keep the memory of a childhood trauma forever. You will not forget the memory. What you will do is begin to dissolve the emotional resistance, the charge about the memory. No, I'm not suggesting that you get rid of that feeling, but you use that frozen memory to grow in the way it would have grown. So you want to restore your own capacity to convert a childhood frozen memory or something in your parents' or family tree so that you can actually grow your own integrity, grow your own will, become more of who you are. Because this is really about becoming more of the unique soul that I was intended to be. So you're doing some really profound stuff, whether you believe it or not. Doing the postures to heaven, opening your heart to feel, grounding into the earth, honoring nature, being one with the process of the earth, and then becoming your unique individual self in the middle of it all. Yeah, it's a lot. So be honest with yourself. My suggestion would be transparent. Tell the people around you what you're going through. Share with us if you want to. Ideally, we want to be transparent. I'm being transparent with you about what I'm going through, and oh boy, I can tell you it's a lot. So I'm sharing, saying, hey, let's just be honest with each other about where we're going. So those of you in the group, I honor that you're willing to do this. I really appreciate and I have heartfelt gratitude to share life with me for 9 months. Some of you, I have no idea who you are, but I'm getting to know you at least by your picture. Sometimes I want to go look at your profile. Sometimes I read the comments that you make. If you have a Facebook, I want to go and look at your Facebook a little bit to know who you are and what you feel. So be patient with yourself, be patient with those around you, and thank you for being there. So this is an update. I'll see you again soon.